To switch. To switch means to change from one thing to another. To change from one thing to another. Or it can also be, in Uzbek, it is going to be almashtirmoq. Examples: I switched my phone off. If this switch comes with off or on, it is going to mean that, for example, if you say I switched off the light, means you turned off the light. If you switch it on, means you turned on. So they switch it to another plan. They switch it to another plan. She switched seats with me. She switched seats with me. We switched from tea to coffee. He switched the light on. And the very next word is modification. Modification. Modification means a small change made to improve something. A small change made to improve something. A small change made to improve something. So in Uzbek, it is going to be o'zgartirish. So here we have examples. Modification. The car needed a small modification. They made modifications to the building. This modification improved performance. The design underwent modification. We accepted the modification. I guess you understood the modification. So, and the sentence in the passage was, the modification that Mori made is just one of a number of options. The modification, the small change, a small change that Mori made is just one of a number of options. So the next word is to tweak. To tweak. To make small adjustments. To make small adjustments. To tweak. To make small adjustments. Biroz o'zgartirmoq. Biroz o'zgartirmoq. So to tweak. She tweaked the design slightly. She tweaked the design slightly. I tweaked my schedule. I tweaked my schedule. They tweaked the engine for speed. They tweaked the engine for speed. He tweaked the settings carefully. He tweaked the settings carefully. The coach tweaked the strategy. The coach tweaked the strategy. And the sentence in the passage was, the modification that Mori made is just one of a number of options available to players looking to tweak their rockets in order to improve their games. So, what does modification mean? It means a small change. What about to tweak? It means to make small adjustments. So the next word is maximization. Maximization. Making something as large or effective as possible. Making something as large or effective as possible. Maksimal darajaga yetkazish. Alright, maksimal darajaga yetkazish. Maximization. Profit maximization is important in business. Profit maximization is important in business. The company focuses on maximization of quality. The company focuses on maximization of quality. Energy maximization improved performance. Energy maximization improved performance. Next example, maximization of space saved money. The project aims at maximization of efficiency. The project aims at maximization of efficiency. So the sentence in the passage was, it's a highly important part of performance maximization. It is a highly important part of performance maximization. Alright, now we know what does maximization mean. The next word is consequently. Consequently. Right? Consequently. It means as a result. As a result. So in Uzbek, this is going to be natijada, or just natijada, as a result. So, consequently, he studied hard. Consequently, he passed. It rained heavily. Consequently, the game stopped. She was tired and consequently stayed home. Prices increased and consequently sales fell. He trained daily and consequently became stronger. Meaning he trained daily and as a result he became stronger. So the sentence in the passage, consequently, the specific rockets used by the world's elite are not actually readily available to the public. As a result, the specific rockets. So, which leads us to the next word, elite. Elite. The best or most skilled group. The best or most skilled group. Elita. En yaxshi. So, elite. She joined an elite group of athletes. She joined an elite group of athletes. Elite players train every day. Elite players train every day. The school accepts elite students. The school accepts elite students. He belongs to the elite class. Elite 10 teams compete internationally. Consequently, the specific rockets used by the world's elite are not actually readily available to the public. So the next word is readily. Readily means quickly and willingly. Osongina and tezda. So osongina and tezda. So she readily agreed to help. She quickly agreed to help. Water was readily available. Water was willingly and quickly available. He readily accepted the offer. He quickly and willingly accepted the offer. The answer came readily to her. The answer came readily to her. These products are readily found online. These products are quickly found online. So, consequently, as a result, the specific rockets used by the world's elite are not actually readily available to the public. Easily. You can also say easily, right? Easily available to the public. So the next word is specification. Specification. A detailed description of description or requirement. A detailed description or requirement. Uzbek, it's technique tavsif. A detailed description or requirement. Read the product specification carefully. Alright, read the product's detailed description carefully. The engineer checked the detailed description. Specification. So the phone meets all specifications. The phone meets all the detailed descriptions or requirements. We changed the specification yesterday. We changed the detailed description or requirement yesterday. The specification includes the size and weight. So we are very particular with our rocket specifications, they say. This is the sentence in the passage. So the next word is the line between winning and losing. The line between winning and losing. The small differences or the small difference deciding success or failure. The small difference deciding success or failure. G'alaba va mag'lubiyat orasidagi farq. Yoki bo'lsam shu ikkalasini ajratib turadigan narsa. Endi ajrab turadigan narsa masu. Let's look at examples and understand. In sports, the line between winning and losing is small. Ya'ni shu small kichkinagina narsa bilan yo yutib ketishim mumkin yoki yutqazishim mumkin. Shu ma'nosida. The line between winning and losing is small. One mistake crossed the line between winning and losing. Hard work decides the line between winning and losing. The meaning is, hard work decides if you win or not. Confidence affects the line between winning and losing. Confidence affects whether you win or you lose. In finals, the line between winning and losing is thin. So, the line between winning and losing, the small difference deciding success or failure. Example in the passage was, as the line between winning and losing becomes thinner and thinner, even these slight changes become more and more important. So the next word is to date back. To date back. To originate from a past time. Uzbek, this is going to be qadimga borib taqalmoq. Yoki shu date back dan keyingi qo'yilgan narsaga borib taqalmoq ma'nosida bersak bo'ladi. This building dates back to the 18th century. This building dates back to the 18th century. Their friendship dates back many years, meaning they have been friends for a long time. The tradition dates back to ancient times. These ruins date back to 500 BC. The custom dates back hundreds of years. So the rocket here, the sentence in the passage, rocket modifications mainly date back to the 1970s, when the amateur German tennis player started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung rocket. Date back. Alright, the next word is so-called. So-called. Commonly named in a particular way. Commonly named in a particular way. Deb ataladigan. So, for example, he joined the so-called experts. They may call themselves as experts, and he joined them. The so-called solution failed. They called it as a solution, and it failed. They visited the so-called haunted house. The so-called star arrived late. She ignored the so-called rules. They may call them as rules, and she ignored them. Rocket modifications, here the word we learned, mainly date back to when the amateur is the next word we will learn. German tennis player start playing with the so-called spaghetti strung rocket. They called that rocket as spaghetti strung rocket. So, the next word is amateur, a non-professional person. Or in Uzbek, it is going to be havaskor. So, he is an amateur photographer. Amateur players joined the game. She started as an amateur singer. The competition welcomes amateurs. An amateur can still become successful. So the sentence in the passage was rocket modifications. Here's the word we learned, date back. When the amateur German tennis player started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung rocket. The next word is topspin. So it is forward spin on a ball in sports like tennis. In Uzbek, it can mean yuqoriga aylanish zarbasi, or when you play table tennis, when you hit the ball with your rocket, it creates a topspin. Yani buram burilganda topspin hosil qiladi. The tennis player used topspin effectively. Topspin made the ball bounce high. He practiced topspin every day. The coach taught us topspin shots. Topspin helps control the ball. So, it created a string pad that generated so much topspin that it was quickly banned by the International Tennis Federation. So the next word is durable. Durable, strong and long lasting. Strong and long lasting. The meaning is chidamli. So this bag is very durable. This bag is very strong and long lasting. They both durable furniture. They both strong and long lasting furniture. Leather shoes are durable. The material is strong and durable. We need durable equipment. We need durable equipment. So topspin and durable equipment. So the sentence in the passage was, this all changed in the early 1990s with the development of synthetic strings that were cheaper and more durable. So the next word is to mold. To mold. It means to shape or influence. To shape or influence. In Uzbek, it is going to be şekillendirmek. Alright, şekillendirmek. To mold. To mold. Teachers help mold young minds. The artist molded the clay carefully. Parents mold children's behavior. Parents shape children's behavior. Experience molded his character. Experience shaped his character or influenced his character. Sports can mold discipline. Sports can influence or can shape the discipline. So players have individual preferences for the shape of the handle, and some will have the handle of one rocket molded onto the frame of a different rocket. So the next word is grips. Grips. It means ways of holding something, especially sports equipment. Ways of holding something, especially sports equipment. It can mean in Uzbek ushlash usuli or ushlagichlar. Ushlash usuli or ushlagichlar. So tennis players use different grips. His grips improved his shots. The coach explained the grips. Strong grips help in climbing. She changed her rocket grips. Example in the sentence was, the professional Portuguese player Gonçalo Oliveira replaced the original grips of his rockets with something thinner because they had previously felt uncomfortable to hold. So our last word is to anticipate. To anticipate means to expect or predict something. To expect or predict something. So in Uzbek it means oldindan kutmoq. Oldindan kutmoq. To anticipate. We anticipated good results. We anticipated good results. She anticipated his arrival. So she anticipated his arrival. The driver anticipated danger. They anticipated many guests. I anticipated this question. Expect or predict something. The example in the sentence, in the passage was, rocket customization and modification have pushed the standards of the game to greater levels that they could have anticipated in the days of natural strings and heavy wooden frames. And it is exciting to see what further developments there will be in the future. So this was the last word from this passage, which is about how tennis rockets have changed. It is Cambridge 19, Test 1, and Passage 1. So once you finish watching this video, I guess it is enough to learn a word with this its context and with the examples, and also the English definition and Uzbek translation. Once you finish learning these words, you can try your hand finding these words which we learned now, their definitions or Uzbek translations. So yeah, this is the end of the video.